It's car con carne. Let's eat in the car. It's car con carne. And now here's the star of our show, James Van Alstyne.
This right here is Car Con Carne. It's a Q101 podcast. I'm James Van Alstyne, and Car Con Carne is sponsored by Easy Automation. Are you ready to turn your home into a smart home? Transform your living space with cutting-edge home automation. Experience seamless control over audio, video, lighting, climate, security, and more. Embrace the future of smart living. It's time. Your home, your rules. Call my guy Dan at Easy Automation for a free, no-hassle quote, 630-730-3728, or visit easy-automation.net. So, Subterranean 2011 West North Avenue in Wicker Park marks 30 years of live music this year. Hashtag SubT30. And there's a lot planned for the months ahead to celebrate. To my right, if you're watching this, even if you're listening, he's still to my right. He is Subterranean owner Robert Gomez, and we're sitting outside another one of his venues, the fantastic Beat Kitchen, 2100 West Belmont in Roscoe Village. Beat Kitchen, by the way, turns 25 next year. You've been busy.
35,
sorry.
Yeah.
Let's start with SubT. Anniversary year. Let's start by talking about the building. Old building with a lot of history.
Wow. Yeah. 1889.
1889.
It was built around the L behind it, which is why it touches it.
We're talking like shortly after the Chicago fire.
Correct. Yeah. And that's where everything needed to be built by brick, and they were expanding, and they were building the tracks at the same time. They're simultaneously, actually.
You bought the venue decades ago. The Wicker Park of then, very different from the Wicker Park of now. I mean, you were a pioneer in that space.
Oh my God! For 10 years, it was the comment was like, this neighborhood is supposed to change. When is it going to change? When is it going to change? It was like there were more homeless than customers.
Yeah.
I mean, genuinely, more broken windows up and down the streets. I left an empty. I knew better, but I left an empty box in the front seat. And they busted the window because they saw a box. Mm. And I'm like, God, that's so stupid of me. Yeah, that was a rough time.
When did things start to click at SubT? Was it mid-90s? Was it late 90s?
Late 90s. It depends. So it's been a wild ride. Clicking. The first floor clicked first, in the sense that we were doing a lot of DJs, dance parties, weekends. It was like the Wild West. People who came were coming from other neighborhoods, and they're like, and many people refused to go into the neighborhood because it just felt so scary. It's to walk around or to explore. Back then, most of them are gone. It was Mad Bar, me, Borderline, The Note. North Side, that's even gone. So it's crazy to think about Red Dog, how many businesses were there at the time that aren't around anymore. But so yeah, to answer your question, it was just and then the music room started to click because I kind of was doing parties upstairs. It was a mix of things, and I finally made a decision to dedicate it to live music. And that's when it took us a while to get the reputation and the recognition for that, because we started out not as dedicated to it. I started out not as dedicated to it.
Well, and that period when things started to accelerate for SubT, I'd imagine it was fairly competitive.
Oh, incredibly competitive. I mean, it was Double Door around the corner. Yeah. They get the Rolling Stones. You're just like, oh my fucking God. Are you kidding me? Smashing Pumpkins and stuff that I couldn't touch. Shanahan really did a great job of bringing music to it, and they really. But we, I'll say over time, as it came closer to their ending, which it being a Yeti story is so heartbreaking.
Yes.
But for the neighborhood and for music, and I hope I'm not. We were far more recognized for live music in Chicago than Double Door was by that time, and that felt good. At least that's what people were telling me. I mean, maybe they're blowing a bunch of smoke, but we were more competitive, and we can see that. So, for whatever that's worth.
Going back to the look, the feel, the vibe of SubT, the chandelier.
Oh my God, it's
That's a
stunning.
relic.
Yeah, Mike. It's just you can. I have stood next to that thing and just stared, and every time you'll see something different, and even like noticing like what is. I think that was replaced. There's these Tiffany the panels at the very bottom, and one of them is a different color, and you can only tell when the light's off, not when it's on. And there's one that's cracked, but like everything about it is brilliant, and I can't imagine how much it weighs.
Right.
Yeah.
My move, and you can tell me if this is wrong, when I go to see a show there, my move is I go straight upstairs and look over the stage. Like I get myself a spot right there. That seems to be like for people of an advanced age, that seems to be the way to go.
For anybody, that's the best position to be watching a show is to go up there. I agree with you, but I never get to do that.
Right. So with the 30th anniversary comes the golden ticket.
Yes.
So I love the idea. Basically, one ticket gets you into everything.
Every show for a full calendar year for $800 gets you into every show. A couple of drinks.
And this is a pair of tickets.
Yes.
I mean, for $800 every show, pair of tickets.
It's a +1. Yes.
That's amazing.
I know. Yeah. Well, hopefully, we've already we sold 2 right away. I don't know if we've sold another yet, but and we have to limit it. We only sell 5 of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's a cap.
I mean, imagine the sense of clout you have walking into the room with a golden ticket. Like, yeah,
it would be cool. Yeah, I agree.
I mean, and if SubT were to book the Rolling Stones, hey, cool, I've got my golden ticket. No worries there. Yeah. I mean, but truly, I mean, whoever you book, I mean, shows do sell out. Like, just having the comfort, like, I know I'll be able to see whatever I want, whenever I want.
Right. Out of respect for C3 and what they do, Lala shows are the only ones that are not included. But,
that makes sense.
But Beat Kitchen is.
And then Beat Kitchen, of course, anniversary year next year. A golden ticket for that too when the time comes?
Maybe. 35 is different than 30 or 40, so we'll see. We haven't gotten that far.
We haven't got that far. So looking ahead for SubT shows coming up, there's Halloween with CMS, who, by the way, I love. This is a South American band. I had them in my car in January of 2020. Went to the last show they did at Subterranean. It was them and Friday Pilots Club.
Yes, no, I wouldn't know the date. I'd have to look it up.
But they're wonderful. So
amazing.
They're coming back. Let's see, Undeath on the 25th, 6 Foot Blonde, Sun Queen and Starter Wife on the 26th, Cleopatra, who I think is awesome, on November 9th. I mean, full calendar of stuff on the way.
Yeah, we're so excited about the calendar and where it's coming and how long it took since COVID to rebuild. We had such a great year planned for 2020, and to see that all disappear was heartbreaking. And we're finally at the point of having the calendar as full and at the caliber that it was at that point of 2019.
So speaking of COVID, you are the co-chair of Civil, the Chicago Independent Venue League. What I found so interesting from that whole period is just seeing the venues coming together. Like I talked about competition back in the day for SubT, but I mean, you all kind of know each other and exist in each other's orbit, and you have like a peaceful understanding between one another.
I joke that we're frenemies, but we're really truly friendly. Which is interesting because we compete fiercely. Chicago is the most competitive city, especially for small venues. I've been told, and I believe there are more venues under 500 cap in the city of Chicago than there are anywhere else in the country, but I think in the world.
And I feel like there are more popping up, too. That blows my mind.
Coming. They just keep coming. When I'm like, if a couple went away, I'll be fine, and then 2 more come. Like, we stop doing this. It's so saturated. And despite that, we're still very. What united us was when Live Nation announced that they were going to get 5 venues in. I like to call it Schaumburg Yards, and that woke up. Well, really, the Tuttons of Hideout, and they came to each one of us individually. They showed up at my house. I'm like, they either want to buy my bar or they're going to want me to sell their. I don't know what's going on here, and they're like, no, wake up, this is what's happening. I'm like, I'm in. So Katie and I were co-chairs of it at the time. Others have stepped up, and but with that, and COVID came. We realized we need to create a national group. So it was Civil that led the charge to create NIVA, the National Independent Venue Association, which then campaigned, collectively we campaigned to get that large grant that carried us during that time. It was nicknamed Save Our Stages. The formal name was Shuttered Venue Operator Grant.
Going back to the different rooms, SubT and Beat Kitchen, I joked to you as we were inside the room. I think Beat Kitchen is one of the loudest rooms in the city of Chicago.
Oh, I pray to God my neighbors don't listen to this.
I mean that as a music fan. Like I love coming to Beat Kitchen because you're all in when you walk in that room.
I remember a musician once getting off the stage and made me aware by him calling it Heat Kitchen that it was also the hottest room he's ever played because he was soaking in sweat. So I stood on the stage, which I'm never up there, and I'm like, oh my God, there's no air, there's no ventilation. So I cut a vent open so it blows from both sides onto the stage, added a fan, and I think it's never been called
Heat
that again.
Kitchen.
But Heat Kitchen.
It may have been Heat Kitchen at the Sledgeworth show.
Yeah, oh, well, you get enough people in there, any room is hot, But
I love, Beat Kitchen has character. SubT, there's nothing like SubT.
Yeah, no, it's Tipitina's, I've heard, from New Orleans, where you have the balcony like the way it is, it's a unique experience. It's also challenged sound-wise, like the sound you're referring to, sound at Beat, it's like a perfect room for sound.
Yes.
The way it's shaped, high ceilings, you have an open balcony like that, you're like really challenged. I think we've done a good job with it, but it's a whole different dynamic.
Thinking about you talked about 2020. You had all these grandiose plans, all this great calendar stuff in 2020. As we're talking about Golden Ticket and looking ahead, I mentioned a couple shows for SubT moving forward. Like, what's on the agenda for this? Like, what do you have going on?
Well, I'm aiming to have 30 shows that are dubbed for the 30th anniversary.
Like specific anniversary celebration.
Correct.
That's great.
They'll be titled into it, which is why not? And I've never really put effort like this. Well, it isn't me really. It's the entire staff, our marketing team, our talent buyers. We just got fired up, and it's hard because there's a bunch of us. There's a lot of different opinions, but we're getting a lot out there. It's going to be. I hope people follow us on Instagram. Check it out. But it's going to be exciting and poster release parties and just different things to kind of draw some attention.
Well, you mentioned all the 500 cap rooms in Chicago. The secret really is tapping into the community. Like, you've got national and international acts coming through, but I think what sustains it is the localness of SubT.
Yes. So there's communities. You have to, one is the music community in itself, music lovers. How do you keep them engaged and paying attention to what you're doing, where they're willing to take a chance on a band, or like, oh, they're playing SubT, I want to check this band, let me listen to them first, and I get that. But at least, you're prompting some exploration on their part as one, but then here we're in Roscoe Village, we have to connect with what's happening here in the various communities and neighbors. The chambers of commerce. I've been super involved with it. You had a guest, Stephanie Sack, recently. She and I were on the board at Wicker Park Bucktown Chamber of Commerce for years. She is awesome. I love her and I miss her because she got out of the business and then was working for her family. But now I saw what she's doing with the horror films. It was really great.
I would tell her this to her face if she were here. She is wonderfully deranged.
And always has been, by the way. We've known each other for a very long time.
I would say it to her face. She is delightful. She is one of a kind, and she's a trip. I love having people who are experts on the podcast. People who can speak at length about that super nerdy all those fine point details about, in this case, film, cinema, stuff that it doesn't even register with me. It's
which is why I feel so honored to be on the show. I am an expert of absolutely nothing.
Stop it.
Oh, dude, I'm surrounded by really, really talented people. I'm a fireman. I just have to figure out where is the biggest fire and which one I need to put out first. That's my role, and I'm okay with that. And let the people around me work their magic.
The anniversaries speak to the fact that you are an expert at running these venues because, like you talked about all the places in Wicker Park that are no longer there. Being able to exist in this competitive landscape through everything, including a pandemic, and matter to the community is no small feat.
I think you were asked about your 1,000th and what it took, and I believe you said stubborn tenacity. I laughed because it is so true. You just
That's exactly what I said.
It's so true. It's just being stubborn and saying no. I'm not going away. I started this whole thing was at SubT. Neighbor complaining about noise led to, this is back when Mayor Daley was around. This guy Winston Martis was our liquor commissioner. Anybody who's been in this business long enough to remember him as wincing right now. And he was horrible. And if you got on their radar, they just came at you with everything. And this is back when Lounge Acts was going through noise, right? That they were famous. People knew them. Nobody knew me. Still no one knows me. And that's okay. That's just the way it is. And so their situation was well known, and I would call them, and Julia's kind of helping me understand what they were doing when I'm sharing, and then she's like, "Oh my God, you're dealing with stuff we've never dealt with." I was in 5 courts at one time. The building department came through and gave me 57 violations. Like, they wanted me out of there. And at the same time, fire department comes the next day and they give me 7 more violations.
It just seems diabolical.
Oh, it was a horrible time. It was a horrible time. And for me personally, we were also I was dealing with my mother battling cancer and losing that battle. We can go on a happier topic, but stubborn tenacity.
Yes.
I was refusing to just lay over and give it up. Food is good.
All right, so who's bringing this food?
Mark, thank you, dude.
Thank you.
They got you to bring it. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Mark.
Head of security,
amazing.
one of my managers.
Amazing. So yeah, we're outside Beat Kitchen. Beat Kitchen has a menu. We got a steak sandwich and a Thai pizza.
Correct.
Awesome, and everything smells good. I'm remiss. I don't think the camera's capturing it. I am wearing the official colors.
That's right. Mine's folded over too. That's awesome.
I mean, we're representing Beat Kitchen today. Talking about SubT, but representing Beat Kitchen.
Right.
So I guess let's turn on the stage lights here. Let's open this up so I can get some.
Sure.
Everything smells. I think I'm smelling the Thai pizza more than anything right now.
That's kind of the more powerful scented meal here. So,
all right, you want to open that?
Sure.
It smells
great.
great.
One of the reasons Emma recommended this is because we upgraded the quality of the steak for this, and she's like, "Oh, it's so good now." And
avocado on there. It looks amazing.
Looks
messy too.
We're supposed to cut it, but that would help to.
Can you just manhandle it? Just
sure.
Tear it. Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm just going to grab half.
Go for it.
Thank you for doing.
You don't want a napkin underneath that.
Okay, steak sandwich. Amazing.
Take some bites. You got some fries in here too.
So who develops your menu?
Well, oh my God, one of the many challenges. So I have a brilliant chef father-son combo. But we opened. I went downtown, and they used to be here, and so it's been a challenge because it's not close, and the businesses down there are doing phenomenal in terms of great numbers and the volume of food. So Christina is the GM here, and she just took control. So this is one of the many moves is improving the quality of the meat for the steak, improving the staff. So this has been a project for the last few months that she's spearheading, and so
the steak's delicious.
All the credit in the world.
Yeah, this is great.
And so a lot of these, like the steak sandwich, the Thai pizza has been around forever. But maintaining that quality is the biggest challenge, and it matters to us. I believe, and I want the reputation for Beat Kitchen to be like the music venue with the best food. Mm-hmm. Not just anywhere. I mean, not just in Chicago, because I think it's a neglected piece. When you go to a music venue, expectations are really low. So it's always great when people are here like, holy shit, I mean, this food's really good.
I've had moments where I'm like, well, maybe I'm not into the opening act, but I'm going to have a quesadilla now. And it's a great thing. I'm just going to grab a seat, dip out for a little bit, and have some food. Tell me about the Riverwalk.
Well,
you have some water.
Well, an ex-alderman, Moreno, he was alderman at the time. He's like, they're looking for Latino operators to get out to go to the Riverwalk. Well, minorities. It didn't have to be Latino. And, to diversify it some. And you should apply. So I'm like, hell yeah. I was shocked that I got it. Because at that time, not only was civil already in place, but we were very outspoken about Lincoln Yards. Schaumburg Yards, I want to call it that again. And not about the project, but about the fact that these music venues are going in there.
Yes.
And I stupidly agreed to be the spokesperson for civil. And so and this is that was Rom's baby, as was the Riverwalk. So I'm like, I am so screwing myself right now. And apparently there are only two applicants, and I'm like, who was the other guy? Wow. But anyway, so we got it. We were there for 5 years, and unfortunately, we have to reapply. They have to go to the formal. It's public land, so you have to go through this request RFP that they release. You submit your proposal, which we did back in April, and there's been no word. Our location has been closed this entire summer. We lost all the revenue that the city could have earned too.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. I know there's a formal process, a committee that has to evaluate the proposals. There's only 2 proposals. I don't get it, and so it's still sitting closed. We haven't been able to reopen. Hoping to get back in there by next year, and write out the 4 remaining years of the lease of the agreement. So but it's been great. Love it. So beautiful. Right across from the Wrigley Building. I mean, the architecture that surrounds it, it's really one of the most beautiful patios when you consider the view in the world. I mean, I've been to Paris. There's beautiful, beautiful patios, but I mean, they're facing the Tribune and Wrigley, and just don't look to the left.
Yeah. Walking down that area, or walking through that area, it is unrecognizable from 15 years ago.
Oh, no.
Like, this is a thing.
They did a great job. You don't get to say that often about the city, but they did a great job.
So, yeah, I hope that things come back around. The red tape, the shit that owners have to deal with is unbelievable.
Right.
I mean, you work a 60-hour week.
No, as my kid pointed out, like, you never stop. But I also, like, I'm at his games. I'm engaged. Like, you're just used to, like, okay, give me a minute. I got to take this call. Like, now I'm back. Find that balance, but it is extraordinarily demanding, especially when you expand. Then it's like, you just need to rely and trust people who are around you, your staff. Like, I don't even like calling them staff. They feel like partners. Like, they are all in, and I feel very fortunate to have the people that I have at all the locations. It's just like it, and they're so different from each other.
Yes. Talk a little bit about talent buying. I have a lot of local bands who listen to and watch this. I'm sure people who haven't been able to play either room. How do they get in?
Well, talent buying, I think, is the most thankless of the roles of anybody working for me or any venue, because when it's slow, they're getting the evil eye or just blatant, just flat out comments about how shitty this is. And when it's great, everybody forgets to thank them. And they're not like, hey, let me give you some of my tip money. That's not a conversation I ever had. And so it truly is the most difficult, thankless position. And I'm eternally grateful for the talent buying team that we have. And it's a challenge because they speak their own language too. So even a friend or my own GM here is trying to book a show with them. So they're just like, it's hard to communicate what, you're 6th hold and you're it's just an internal language that it's hard to get used to unless you're an agent. That's a big piece of it. Like, who are the agents? You start to rely on certain and develop relationships with certain agents, and they have a band that they want to bring. Now we're the ones paying attention to that. Local bands can reach out. We have info booking at both clubs, booking at Beat Kitchen, booking at SubT. But it's harder. I understand that the complexity and the difficulty for a local band to just come and try and play a venue like this. So how do you start? I'm not the person to ask because, again, I'm not an expert at anything. But I would start with that. At least submit. We do go through them. And hope that something about it stands out.
Awesome. And now, just to repeat, the grilled steak sandwich, French roll with chimichurri, avocado, and chipotle mayo. Let's look at the pizza.
Yes.
Because I can smell it.
Can I put this up here?
Yeah.
Looks like it'll stay.
Oh, yeah. You wouldn't believe the stuff that's been put on that dashboard. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Is that a lot of garlic I'm looking at?
Well, there's garlic, there's jalapeno, there's cucumber, red pepper.
My God.
I hope you don't have a peanut allergy. It's not a typical. Yeah, so it's peanut sauce.
Okay, I'm going to try this.
Please do.
There's no elegant way to do this, is there?
No, not at all. Just try to wear as little of it as possible.
Exactly. Look at this. Here's the question. I mean, you've got this food at Beat Kitchen. You're serving food that makes people not want to be social with one another because, I mean...
garlic. They still manage.
This is great. Oh, and true to its name, it is spicy. This is a Thai pizza.
Yeah. No, when I sweat when I...
Uh-huh. This is going to clear me out. So, all these years at SubT, what have you learned?
I love when I get asked, like, hey, I want to get into the business. I'm like, don't. Trust me, just... Why, you don't want competition? I'm like, I got more competition, I could deal with it. Surround yourself with people smarter than you. That's what I've learned.
Amen.
Even deeper than that, work within their passions, because and so I deal with the stuff that nobody else wants to. So instead of me delegating stuff that nobody wants to deal with, that's what I end up dealing with, and I get out of the way. It hasn't worked 100% of the time, but it's worked an awful lot to be able to rely on and give them the keys. Like, sometimes it's like, okay, I wouldn't handle that way, but okay. I don't say that. I just think it like, all right, just keep, there's no one right way to handle situations. So that's my takeaway.
You talked about this being a very competitive city. What is good about having these venues in Chicago? What do you like about being a Chicago venue owner?
I had a call today. It was real estate. Some realtor called me, and he's like, hey, I noticed in your email that it's SubT.net, which is subterranean, right? He's like, are you? Like, yeah, I'm the owner. He's like, holy shit. And just the surprise and the appreciation that came through, and those two that's a moment, It's like, and he's like, wait a minute, you have Beat Kitchen too, then? Like, yeah, that's mine too. And I was like, oh my God, I love those venues. And but to balance that, a few weeks ago, it's closing time at SubT. I'm up in the third floor, and just because I'm not in the habit of always being there at closing time, I'm going to the bathroom. And as a woman's walking by me, she says something about an Uber driver, and I'm like, I'm sorry. And she's like, weren't you my Uber driver? I'm like, no, but I hope he was a nice guy. It's all like, I've loved many Uber drivers.
Keeps you humble.
It's funny. Yeah, it's just like the balance of how you're perceived. One, because he saw the emails and what's related, what I'm connected to, and another because I'm reminded of her Uber driver. Nothing wrong with that.
Most importantly, are you still having fun doing this?
I am. I'm enjoying the challenge. It'd just be nice to get a break from the challenges. It's just like, you come out of this pandemic and like, okay, we got through that. And it's just like, wow, what's going on? Like, I was just telling you about the kitchen here, and my residencies. That's been the most challenging part, is like rebuilding residencies to the point where it's like, do you even continue? Like, maybe we just let this, count. We have a weekly reggae night at SubT, a weekly open mic hip hop, which has been legendary. Every rapper in Chicago has been to that and has been at and performed at SubT. All of them. And but it's like really struggling. It's like, oh, man, okay, it's a challenge. Let's see.
Right, because then it becomes a question of, do we do this because that's what we've always done, or do we look at where the business is going and make a hard decision?
Right.
And kill your baby, so to speak.
Yeah, I mean, you're in the 23 years, 24th year for the hip hop, for the open mic. Yeah, I think it's the 20th for reggae. Stubborn tenacity.
Well, that's just it. I think anyone who comes from the creative world understands, like, the secret to being successful is just not giving up.
Right.
If you're a musician, you keep going until you have that album, or you start doing shows, or if you're a writer, until you have that finished manuscript. You just keep plugging away.
Gotta keep plugging away.
That's it.
That's it.
It's woodshedding.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
The previous alderman, so this is, in my 10th year at SubT, is introducing me to someone and says, this is the owner of the legendary SubT. And I'm like, huh? Like, literally, I laughed. He's like, no, seriously. Like, sometimes if you just keep your head down and you're just plugging away, you can you're not even aware of how you're perceived, what the success that you're perceived for, because you're just constantly battling. So you don't really get to see it from that perspective as an owner. But it's interesting.
When did people start calling it SubT?
Oh yeah, God, I think it was always with the 606 crowd. It was always SubT, for sure. And I think that kind of grew out of that, and just people just reference it that way. But
so, in summary, it's an anniversary year. It's a landmark anniversary year. Kind of like I was talking with you. I have a 1,000th episode coming after this one. This is episode 999. Like, certain milestones need to be discussed, reflected, celebrated, and that's what's going on right now.
Yes,
with SubT, the 30th anniversary, the golden ticket. If you want in, $800 for a year's worth of shows, including a +1, and drink tickets.
Yes,
I mean,
it's a pretty good deal. It's kind of crazy.
That's if you are a music fan, especially if you live in any of those areas, like
you can just
Wicker Park, Logan. That's where you're going to be for the next year. Right. I love the idea.
Right, awesome. Thank you.
And then lots of shows coming up, specific 30th anniversary shows we can look forward to.
Yeah.
And then the website is
for Subterranean, SubT.net.
That's it.
SUBT.net.
That's it. And of course, Beat Kitchen.
I didn't do Subterranean because everyone misspells it.
Yeah, I could see that
all the time, and sometimes in the funniest ways. But rain is in there, but I never would have thought the RAIN in Subterranean is often one of the misspellings.
And again, we are outside Beat Kitchen, your other club. Lots of cool local bands coming here soon. Club Drugs, who I just did something with, they're amazing. Damagers playing here on Halloween, doing something with them coming up before the Beat Kitchen show. Always cool shit going on, and I'm really glad we're able to connect like this.
Yeah, thank you.
This is great. I love what you do. I know that none of what you do is easy, and I please know that we appreciate what you put out there for the communities.
Thank you. It's just we just can't keep going.
That's it.
Got to keep going.
Stubborn tenacity.